Can you imagine rebuilding a whole city from scratch after decades of war? In Somalia, that's not imagination, that's Monday morning. I'm Engineer Abdirahim Mohamed, your construction therapist, and today we're diving into one of the wildest architectural rebirths in Africa. Forget everything you think you know about African development, because while the world sees headlines, I see cranes, concrete and courage. Somalia isn't just rebuilding walls, it's rebuilding hope brick by brick. But trust me, it's not all smooth. Between informal land deals, missing skilled workers, and concrete that sometimes act like a biscuit dough, this story is a real adventure. Part 1. Navigating the quagmire of Somalia unique rebuilding hurdles. Let's start with a reality check. Rebuilding Somalia is like trying to fix a car while still moving, and sometimes someone else owns half the car. First, land ownership after years of conflict. Who owns what land? Some plots have more claims than a WhatsApp group after a wedding dinner. Families return to find someone already built on their land, so architects end up doubling as negotiators, lawyers, and sometimes peacekeepers. Then there's the mix of old and new. Traditional Somali builders use coral stone and lime plaster, material that have lasted for centuries. But modern urban planning, it says, give me glass, give me steel. It's like your grandma and your Gen Z cousin trying to decorate the same living room. Both right, both stubborn. And then the workforce. There's a shortage of trained workers. Some projects bring in labor from Kenya or Ethiopia. Locals say, why import masons when you have youth here? But training takes time, and time costs money. In short, Somali rebuilding challenge isn't just concrete and steel. It's coordination, culture, and catching up. Part 2. Innovation in adversity, local solutions and global partners. Now here's where the story gets good. Because even with all those headaches, innovation is booming. Somali architects are doing magic with local materials. Coral stone, it's back, it's lightweight, cool, and perfect for our coastal heat. In Mogadishu, some builders are even mixing recycled concrete with coral blocks. Then we have recycled materials, steel from old ships. Containers turn into schools and offices. Tires turn into garden walls. It's sustainability Somali style. Diaspora investors and NGOs are jumping in too. They are funding green design, solar-powered hospitals and coastal eco-resorts. These projects show that rebuilding doesn't have to mean copying Dubai. It can mean reimagining Africa on Africa's own terms. As some of our local heroes, Somali architects are designing buildings that don't just stand, they speak. Design that honor culture while staying modern. That is not charity, that is creativity meeting survival. Part 3. The human element. Culture, community, and construction. Now let's talk about heart, because architecture here isn't just about buildings, it's identity. In Somali culture, homes have always been social. The fadi area, the shared courtyard, the spaces for endless tea and louder debates. These are not just traditions, they are blueprints for connection. So new architects are blending those cultural spaces into modern designs. Imagine glass offices with Aqal-style meeting pots, or housing blocks where every family still share a central courtyard. Communities are also stepping in. In Kismaya and Garowe, people are joining planning meetings, voting on design, and even painting their own neighborhoods. Because when people build together, they protect together. And don't forget the psychology of decades of destruction. Every wall built isn't just structure, it's therapy. It's proof that hope is stronger than war. Part 4. Blueprint for tomorrow, Somalia's architectural vision. Now what's next for Somalia's skyline? The government is drafting new building codes and urban planning laws, trying to bring order to the freestyle building fiesta. Big projects are already in motion. Expanding seaport in Mogadishu, an airport under renovation. Addis might have a skyline, but Mogadishu is catching up fast. International partners like the UN Habitat and the World Bank are working with Somali engineers to build sustainable public spaces, better drainage and safety housing zones. But the most exciting part, the long-term vision, a Somalia that becomes a hub for African coastal architecture. A model for resilience, a country that shows the world how to rebuild, not with pity, but with pride. In short, from sun to skyline, Somalia is drawing its blueprint for tomorrow. Look closely at these images. Beyond the headlines, beyond the rubble, a powerful story is rising. Somali architecture rebirth isn't just about walls, roofs, or roads. It's about people, dreamers, workers, engineers, and families rebuilding their nation. One brick, one blueprint, one heartbeat at a time. And if we keep innovating, collaborating, and believing, Somalia won't be just catching up with the world, it will be inspiring it. I'm Engineer Abdirahim Mohamed. Subscribe for more stories where Africa builds, not just survives, because we're not just rebuilding houses, we are rebuilding hope.